Good evening, kind and kindred. It is my great pleasure to welcome you back. Well, I would lie if I would say Oxford by now. As tonight, we're gonna join the shenanigans that Giorgos is about to enter. But he won't be alone. My name is Lesha, I am the Game Master Virtuoso, and I will storytell this tale. And I'm kindly joined by...
Hi, I'm Mila, and I'm playing the character of Briar.
Hey, I'm Opio, and I'll be playing the character of Signy Sorensen.
Hello there. My name's Jacob, Kuba, whichever one you prefer, and I'm going to be playing the drummer.
Hello again. I am Vasilis, and I'm playing Giorgos.
A lot happened in the past few weeks. More than we could recall, more than we willing to share. In the last episode, Giorgos left his body, disconnected from the Malkavian link, and joined the curse of the Red Mist. Last time we finished, you've been in a place that looked just like the inside of someone's stomach, just enormous, fulfilled with organs and flesh everywhere. You are naked, yet in some sort of comfort and fulfilled with confusion. You slowly feel your body burning from the acids of stomach that are everywhere around you, and you are accompanied by the Giuseppe. Your head is spinning. Somehow your brain recalls that you should breathe, which you cannot do and you shouldn't do. You're not used to anymore. Plenty of paradoxes inside your head, disobeying the law of nature on every single angle. You are weak. Your head is spinning. Your confused body shivers. You feel cold and enormous warm at the same time, and as unusually, it does bother you for some reason. Your guts are twisted. Your muscles are throbbing. You not feel dead, and you do not feel alive. Once again, you are in between, just like when hair blood for the first time starts to cruise through your mouth to your veins. Like you are embraced again. You have been lifted by the strong hands of Joseph. Put it to the standing position again, and then knocked down with one strong fist that landed on your cheek. "Man up," he said. And again he started to put you to the standing position, slapping you in the face, trying to wake you up, with the best intention but with very little etiquette and as sharp as always.
Okay, that's enough. I'm awake. Stop.
You are here.
Yeah, hi, good to see you again.
That's mean you failed.
Well, what was I supposed to do exactly?
Kill the bitch.
That's what I was about to do. But then, here I am.
And how exactly did you travel here?
How did I end up here? I tried to extract some information from your blood, but that didn't work, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'll kill you. And then it's like, I got locked out.
You drunk the bitch.
Not entirely.
I'm still glad you
tried to
haven't
do-
tried to diablerize Giuseppe.
No. I couldn't do that. I tried to use some premonition along with this one to see if I could find something else, but you know.
He starts to look around.
Besides, if it comforts you,
There's
This
very
is a
little you
handle.
can say that will comfort me at this moment. But here you go, have a try.
she's about to be executed.
Jezebel is
Oh.
about to be executed.
Not Jezebel,
Then who?
Amanda.
Amanda. I'm not gonna say unpity her. She deserved that. But
Yeah,
it doesn't comfort
definitely.
me anyway.
Anyway,
He starts to approach the wall of muscles. Approach the wall of flesh. He put his hand inside of it, in between the muscles, like to the hidden shell. First
But
with
it
some
didn't.
issues, some struggle. First his hand went in, then he managed to put an elbow, arm, and he starts to squeeze between the muscles himself. You could see all the delicious blood coming through, dripping, making him all wet and
What is all this exactly?
just some fucker kinky wet him. And he disappeared in the walls of muscles.
I look around.
You are on maybe 10 meters square, some sort of cyst that is floating on a stomach's acids that are clearly toxic and could destroy you think. The bubbles and the stink is terrible. The gore everywhere. It's looked like advanced stomach cancer that you are standing on, barefoot.
I'll prefer the steak. I plunge my hand in the flesh.
Well, at the beginning there was some issues in getting into the wall. You had to fight your inner, you could call it humanity, but let's call it decency for the time being. Completely
It's
gross out. You dived into all those organic liquids that start to cover you. The smell intensified, but the heat went down. It starts to become really, really cold with every single step you make, until the muscles become harder and harder with every single time, with every single second, in every single yard meter you made. Then everything becomes red. Like you went for a frenzy for a second, covered in blood and piss and acid and all that kind of gross things. You woke up. You open your eyes widely. In the middle of the room. A decent, normal, elegant room. You would call it late 50s, maybe 60s. Pub, bar, maybe club. Full of people. Dressed accordingly to the ages of the United States, 60s. Some kind of jazz club with a cabaret scene on it. Dark lighting. People in the suits. Tuxedos sometimes. Clearly indicating that it's a posh party. Well crowded. You are dressed accordingly. You have on yourself a suit with a bow tie. Black tuxedo. Your beard is groomed. You see plenty of people dancing, laughing, drinking, hey, fucking sometimes even. Yet nowhere you cannot see Giuseppe.
Okay. Can I get a gist of where the hell I am at this point? I would like to go and have a talk with the regulars.
You're approaching someone. The nearest person, the waiter, the staff, or the guests.
I would go for the waiter.
You stop the tall gentleman, dress up as a staff, with a tray and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
You raise your hands to him and he turns next to you, offering you a champagne.
Oh, thank you very much. I take it. A fine establishment you have here. What's the name of the place?
Mr. Dobranov, are you alright? Did you have one too many?
Looks like I had one. Remind me your name, please.
Clive, sir. Clive. He
Clive?
bow a little out of fear and respect.
Can you remind me the name, please?
Clive.
Okay.
Would you like some paracetamol, sir?
I'm good. I just... Thank you. Then
Of course.
I walk away.
Well, in the middle of the establishment, there is a lady who do not fit the general behavior of the room. I will allow this person to describe herself personally, but I would like to keep in mind that her outfit fits the room. Briar, please describe yourself.
So, Briar is about 5'6". She has scraggly, dark hair that looks like she probably cut it herself. Brown eyes. She has a couple of scars that would definitely stand out in troubling locations. And she is wearing an appropriate dress for the setting that they're in. Probably just walking around looking at all of the people, more than likely looking for another door or a place to rest temporarily, since this setting seems less dangerous.
I will approach.
Briar, you have been approached by Giorgos. Your description, please.
Giuseppe man about 150. Around his 30s. Big long beard. Looks like a serious face, but at this point he's quite curious and quite out of his element. Well dressed, appropriate for the place, but still like a face out of the mold.
I'm allowing the introduction.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Theo. Pardon my interruption of whatever you're doing, but I have the suspicion that looking around, we're not exactly in the right place here, are we?
No. But it's safe here. And that's important.
Please elaborate what you mean by being safe.
Well, there are places, doors, that are dangerous. So, I am staying safe here for a while, till I find another door.
Okay. So we are in this kind of situation, and you are aware of this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. By the way, name's George.
Briar.
The moment you introduce yourself to each other and you look deeply into one another's eyes, you could see the beast inside each other. A bridge of communication in hunger between them. Some part of your connection start to share. You can both easily recognize your emotions without no tests. Your empathy is clearly visible to each other. Any lie, any trick, any attempt will be very easily spotted. Which kind of interrupts you and bothers you on one level, and on the other side it's allowing you to clearly build the trust.
No.
Gets you some sort of unity feeling. Bonding, you could say. As, for example, Giorgos, you feel that you can apply to Briar. Well, not in here.
Probably the situation differs from place to place, but we haven't happened to meet before, but I appreciate the transparency in certain exchanges.
Do I?
Any idea where we could eat something? I'm feeling a bit peckish. If that's a no, I understand. I just arrived.
It doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
Always hungry. It doesn't go away. Not gonna go away.
Have you tried feeding while you're here? And
I mean, if you'd like to try, there are plenty of people in this room.
In fact, the moment she pointed out of the room, her words didn't come to your ears. Yeah, it's been interrupted by a female shouting, while one side of the room start running away from that corner, where you can see a gentleman in a suit, beard, and dreadlocks, all hairs on his body purple, in a suit with a purple bow tie, biting off someone's head with his fangs exposed. A classical bridge of Masquerade, you could say.
is he allowed to do things like this in here?
People start to run. He starts to expose his fangs towards those who took out old revolvers and trying to shoot him. He started to take some bullets when they opened fire, yet he barely laughed. People pushing you and trying to make the light, running from the place. And before you start to react to anything of it, everyone freezed. The music stopped, the clock stopped, and the red mist appeared. It starts to grow around him. Drummer. You've been in limousine, sharing your body with other conscious. Yet the kindred who was inside your body with you appeared to be greatly stronger than you are, which unfortunately pushed you away. Yes, your body was stolen from you. And now you are here, in your granddad's place. Oh, you know exactly why you're here, although you cannot put it on the map. You remember this place from his memory. You don't know the date. Everything is freezed now, except Giorgos, who you can recognize, standing in a crowd looking at you. You see him from behind the mist. He's accompanied by the woman you heard the description earlier. And before you're gonna say a word to anyone, before you're gonna tell me what would you like to do, I would like you to dwell on the fact that you lost this fight already. Your body doesn't belong to you. There's no place for you in the realm of the living unless you're gonna manage to fight him.
I look to them.
The mist faded, combined with air. The man with the purple beard and dreadlocks is no longer there. You can see a beautiful boy, maybe 16, 17 years old. In fact, drama, I will allow you to describe yourself.
Well, you see, as said previously, kid, 17 years old, wearing a suit, long hair. Relatively frustrated. You can see basically his eyes slightly tearing up. Even you might even say. With feeling like he doesn't belong here. Frustration, anger. Apart from that basic description of a vampire, as you'd see, fangs bearing, pale skin.
He is currently in frenzy, as clearly you can see his eyes covered in blood from the inside.
Drummer?
Where are we?
That's a great question. I was going to ask you the same thing.
Why are we here? Why?
I don't know what happened to you. I kind of know what happened to me. I don't know about the lady over here we just met. Good to see you around, though. Listen.
Yes.
The other people in this club are frozen at this point?
Yes.
Okay. What happened with you? We saw a person, one of ours with purple beard and stuff, and he chewed one's head off, and then we got panicked here.
Where is he?
He was where you stand exactly. He popped out. He popped in, like this, like as if you spawned in his place.
Drummer, I will allow you to test your intelligence and occult.
And that's hunger 5, is that correct?
Yes.
One critical success, but also one bestial failure on that. So.
Alright. One critical, one bestial. From nowhere, Drummer grabbed a person and smashed him against the wall. One of the gentlemen that tried to run. He was completely stiff when you reach for him. You lift him above your head and you smash him on the floor, and he bursts into the million of pieces like a glass.
The fuck, man?
You done that after realization that he sent you here and he took your place. You took his place.
I will not be contained!
Clearly. SuE is not here. Therefore you are.
Now, George, where did he go?
He was where you stand. He attacked a person, murdered him outright. People came in to shoot him down. Everything froze like this. And after that, he disappeared into the red mist, and you appeared in his stead, as I told you. Do you have any idea about all these things?
Nothing at all. The only thing I know is someone took control of my body, which is rightfully mine.
I connect some dots with Fade's situation.
Regarding connecting the dots, if you allow me to interrupt, I would like to check on Signal. Somewhere in afterlife, somewhere in after death, you managed to open your eyes. The first reaction of your body was to take a breath, until you realize that your body is dead again. And you completely don't have to. Yet somehow it's staying in your head as a thing you should do. Funny enough. You are laying in a bed that is beautiful place. I mean, the silk the massive pillows and the spacious that it's around. It's not available for the common bread eaters, if you know what I mean. It is clearly luxurious 5-star apartment. On a high end, you could say 17th century surrounding, with a tall ceiling, with the beautiful girandels, chandeliers, with massive 2-wing doors in front of the bed. Somebody is sitting on your bed. A man, tall, and fitting very much to the surrounding. He have a black, long hairs reaching up to his probably belt way, to his waist. He have brown eyes. He's clearly shaved. He have no t-shirt on him, and he's built greatly. All he has is some kind of loose, weird trousers. He's barefoot. He's having his legs crossed. And he's holding your hand, filling you with the warmth of his body. Yet he is a kindred. And you wouldn't recognize it by his heat, nor by his marks. You recognize it by his eyes. As no human would be as smart as his eyes look to be. Good evening, he said when you opened your eyes.
Evening?
I'm glad you're awake.
Thanks. I think I was having a really deep sleep there.
No. You were burned alive. Well, not entirely alive, my dear.
Oh, so I wasn't imagining that then.
No.
That's disappointing.
Unfortunately, we managed to interrupt this bad practice of Camarilla to silence you.
Wait.
You will get to know me with time. If you would like to refresh yourself, left to the doorstairs bathroom, you will find some clothes over there. The breakfast will be served on your order.
Kind of breakfast.
Only for your eyes.
Then perhaps we could skip breakfast and you could tell me where I am.
You are in my memories. This is my part of this hell. I own and I deserve it, and I cannot leave it. I dragged you here because I strongly believe we can help each other.
Help each other how?
I can bring you back to life, and you can do the same for me.
Okay. I'm gonna go freshen myself up, and then you can tell me exactly how you have a plan for going about that. I'm just gonna stand up off the bed and head into the...
Women in my days were not that efficient.
Yes, well, I have no idea what time this is, but I'm guessing it's well before mine.
I'm looking forward to meet your time.
He's gonna get up and head to the bathroom.
Sure. Bathroom, well, wasn't very as you would like. I mean, it was old. Yet everything was fresh to the high standard. Although you didn't need, like, refreshing yourself because your body is dead, you don't sweat or not anything. You cleared yourself just to ease your mind. And you dress and something like a bathrobe that was there. After maybe 10 minutes, you get out back to see this man looking straight at the sun, standing in the sunlight that is coming through the window. And all the smoke that is coming from his skin. The smell of the burning flesh. The terrifying memories that you had from a couple seconds ago when the same hits you makes you go through it all over again. Your head starts to spin, your guts start to hurt. You were screaming at this point. You remember all the hate and self-pity that you went through. While he remained silent. He closed the windows. And the sunlight did not reach the room anymore. When he turned towards you, you could see how quickly he regenerated. From cold burn to as you see him a couple of minutes ago. All better?
Potentially. How are you still alive?
I am not. Neither
You said
are
we
you.
were in your...
Yes, I said
Go ahead.
we are in my memory.
But we're not alive. So, where do your memories exist, then?
Have you ever heard of magic?
Yes.
Good, that's gonna speed up things. There are different sorts of magic. And you possess one of those. You possess the knowledge of the computers that I have. And I need your magic.
Way around a computer, I wouldn't exactly say I'm magic with one.
Well, you've been chosen as you good enough to reach someone who is magic with computers. Along us, in this prison, there's a mage. The only non-kindred who entered this name. Yet I cannot communicate with her. As I simply don't know how. As I don't do those computer things.
If she's here, why can't you just go and see her?
If I'm gonna leave this room, I'm never gonna come back to it. I will be endangered and powerless outside of my memory. With time, I will forget who I was and I will become a hive.
That happened to me.
Yes. Within years.
In years. So why am I in your memory and not mine?
Because I dragged you in here.
Wasn't very nice.
Was it better to die?
I mean, it sounds like I'm going to end up dying anyway. Just slightly more
I'm
prolonged.
giving you merely a last chance. I do not give you any promises. I'm giving you an opportunity to fight back.
Fight
Was
back
it
against
very
what?
nice? I think it's nice of me. I like to think
Yeah.
I'm a nice person. He sat down on the bed.
I mean, you can think that all you want. What are we fighting back against?
Ancient Simitsu.
Ancient what?
Simitsu. She's approximately 862 years old, if I'm correct. She's a 6th generation monster from Carpathian Mountains. Her name is Asapel. And she's a prisoner of this place, just like we are. Although she helped create me. She's as hungry and as powerless as we are. And she's a shadow of her own power. Yet she tends to be queen of this place.
I think I'm the right person for that.
I assume now you wish you never knew that.
Yeah, to be honest, you probably could have just let me die.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Fine, alright. This mage that you want to get into communication with, do you have a computer here? Like, what?
I never saw one.
You're assuming there's a mage here you can communicate with,
I know she's here.
but you've never seen her.
I never saw a computer.
Oh, you never saw a computer, my apologies. There's a lot going on, it's very hard for me to...
Don't worry, we got all the time in the world.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like I've got a couple of years before I finally lose my
You
fucking
are safe
nut.
in my memory. The only struggle for you will be my company.
So, you need me to find a computer to communicate with this mage. What's the goal of communicating with her?
I believe she can communicate the outside realm. She can communicate to the allies, to the enemies of Asapel. None of us in here, and none of them out there, are able to fight her if we're not gonna attack at the same time. So we need to schedule, synchronize our efforts. Only way we can have bleak chances of not only destroying her, because that was beyond my imagination, but to at least escape. To rip apart this forgotten realm.
Okay, so it sounds like I need to go. There's no computers in your memories, right? I'm just going to kind of gesture to the general vibes of the area.
I'm afraid it does not.
How do you travel between memories?
I do not.
Do you know how?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to tell me?
Of course. Every memory, every room, every planscape, every part of realm is a part of member of the hive. Yet they are connected through the doors. The doors can take many shapes, many kinds, many forms. Yet they have one simple, similar path. They are always on the edge They are always last place you can be. You cannot go any further, but then this is where the memory is gone. And you can know you're stepping into the clothes when faces become more blurry, when details are starting to miss.
Would you like to show me where it is here?
Of course. He stood up. He went to the doors, he opened the double doors. You start walking through the magnificent castle.
Empty.
Although you do not recognize the culture that it could be, it's definitely not European castle. It's definitely too hot in here, yet you see that the sun is hiding now at the edge, and it's safe for you to travel. Plenty of tigers statues everywhere. Big carpets and palm trees.
Where are we? She's going to ask him as they continue walking along.
In my memory.
Where is your memory?
Is that one of those questions you wish you never asked?
No, I'm just curious. I don't recognise this place.
My castle used to be 200 miles away from Cair.
From where?
From Cair.
She nods like she knows where that is.
Egypt.
Ah. Do you know where that is?
He pointed at the doors. Newcomers come through here, therefore this must be the door.
Would Signy notice any of the blurriness that he described or anything like that?
Yes. I mean, if you look closer to the ramp, it's like... To describe that to the IT person, when pixel doesn't stick together in your surrounding, you got my point. When not everything is as sharp as it can be, when the air becomes heavy, when it becomes blurry, in the simplest way.
So, go through the memories, find a computer, speak to your mage friend, and come back here. Does that sound like a good plan of action?
You will never be able to come back here.
Oh, that's a
The
shame.
hive is too great.
Well,
Fine.
presumably I won't see you again then.
You will, if you succeed.
It's very cryptic of you.
I'm trying to be as blunt as possible.
You're not very good at it.
Accept my sincere apologies.
Thank you. Probably just a regional thing, I suppose. This is definitely a bit before my time. Okay. Well then, nothing else for it, is there? And she's going to walk towards the door.
Good luck, Signy. You opened the doors and you felt like abyss sucked you into it. Allow me to go back to the list. Giorgos, Briar, and the drummer. You are in a frozen room. Drummer had his anger management issue. Giorgos started asking questions. Briar, what are you doing in a time when they ask each other questions and clearly letting you know that they know each other quite well?
Briar is going to probably start looking for the next door. Not going to walk through it, just kind of like what Signy just did. Look for the signs that the door is somewhere nearby.
You got plenty of more... You know way much better the realm that, as I described to Signy, you know way much more signs of the doors. And it was less than 5 minutes work for you to find another doors, which are behind the second bar on the first floor with this entry for the staff. You
All
locate the doors. Yes, Georges.
Does the place ring a bell to me?
Not at all. As you argue, gents, you could see your new acquaintances upstairs on a level above you. Drummer, you managed to catch your breath. Calm down a little bit. I wouldn't say restrain your beasts, because that's overstatement. Your beast is just right next to your force, at the very edge of your tongue, in every part of your veins. Yes.
I'd like to use a discipline, if possible.
How can I help you?
I'd like to use presence, because time's frozen bonuses. I want to see if disciplines affect the people which are frozen. So I'd like to use awe on them, so all their attention goes to me.
Alright.
Check. So it's manipulation plus presence?
Instead of manipulation, use willpower, please.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
What's your full dice?
Just counting it. So far I'm seeing 8, but I'm trying to find what presence would be. Is it not in there? So I'm just taking it from the book. But so far, it looks like 8, I want to say.
Alright. I'm going to test for you. You got 8 successes, including
wow.
critical success. You broke the spell. Shattered glasses, where people turn their heads towards you. They stopped running, they become alive. Your discipline power break the spell of the red mist in this room. Which, Briar, it's something you first saw for the first time ever happening in any of the rooms. The party reset itself, like it never happened. What you've done, people tend to forget you just murdered someone, or somebody was murdered here. They ignore any signs of it. The music is playing, people are cheering, being loud again. Few of them approached you. They went to you like flies, complimenting you on many sides of your appearance, of your accent, of approximately 12.5 people is talking to you at the moment, asking you plenty of questions, offering you a drink.
Well, time for second part of the plan, because that worked out brilliantly. I'm going to use a dominate with mass manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
With the instruction, I'm going to give you a description of Sue, basically, so the purple hair, everything like that, how he was dressed in this establishment. And the instruction is to go, find him, and report back to me, or lead him or lead myself to him.
Automatic or failure, as they are not able to do so.
Automatic failure.
Giorgos, you want to say?
I am utterly confused at this point. Excuse me, did you just reset the room?
You get it.
Apparently so.
They were like... And then you just... What did you do?
All eyes on me, I guess. You see, I'm quite charming. You know.
Yes, that you are, but how on earth do you use this? It's like rooms, doors. We were somewhere else before, now we're here. How can we go?
There are different places then.
I looked to the lady on the upper floor and I'm like, do you have any map of the place?
No, I've never visited the same place twice.
Dang.
It's difficult to hear her over the music and chats and everything. Yet, you all had the answer more mentally than physically. Like,
Is there a way of tracking someone through?
you're
More or
starting
less.
to developing a telepathical connection between three of you. Which leads,
If you know who you're looking for, oops, sorry.
I want to just mention that it leads to the fact that Briar and Giorgos, you can feel yourself hunger of drama, like your hunger. You can you can feel the upset, the sadness of Giorgos. And you all can feel the curiosity of Briar. You all sharing your emotions between each other.
Yeah. That's a new kind of group therapy. I have never tried that before. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Well,
Did you find anything upstairs?
There's a door out upstairs.
Oh,
It'll go to the next place. Yeah, it's like a maze. Like, except instead of having to double back, you have to just keep going slow.
then are there multiple exits? Or is it just linear?
Have there been multiple?
Yes,
Have there been multiple exits?
something.
Sometimes there are multiple exits.
How do these kinds of exits look to you and you can recognize? Because I can safely assume that, they're not just doors and you enter Narnia per se.
No. Typically when you get close to one of them, everything in the room goes a little cattywampus. It starts to fade, it starts to blur, the room itself begins to disappear-ish. Visually.
It's as if it's glitching or something.
Yeah, a little bit. And then you're close to the door, and then you just have to pull the curtain, open the window, fall through the floor, whatever the thing is.
So you were saying that you can track someone and follow them, is that correct?
If you know them. Like, if we got separated, I could probably find you again. She'll point to each of you. Or at least connect with you.
Question: you happen to see a guy with long white beard, missing an eye, something like that? I described Joseph at this point.
Well, your description was probably enough. Our description of Joseph that she not and said that she doesn't reckon him.
You're looking for Joseph?
The only person the moment they say the name Joseph, you know who they're talking about, but the description doesn't fit the man you met.
Ah. Did you say the name of Joseph?
Drummer does.
Yeah, I did.
Ah.
Yeah, he knows the guy. Do you know him?
I have met him a couple times.
Really?
Hmm?
Do tell.
Oh, well, he does not trust me, and so all I've been able to determine from talking to him is that, he is here because he was in possession of the physical embodiment, the Moth Queen. And then somebody betrayed them, and then she came back, and that's how he got stuck here. and that's about all he's trusted me with.
No, he's
Otherwise,
been
he
taken
doesn't.
over.
Oh,
Got possessed by the Moth Queen, and that's true. But what about the other part? Someone betrayed someone.
yeah, one of bloodline, his bloodline, betrayed and set her free. That's what.
Motherfucker. His child, of course.
Oh,
His name. What was his name? Why do I have a bucket for a head these days? I cannot remember things.
Give it time, you'll remember. Yeah.
Remember a guy that was like with a sword? Someone. Do you remember, Johnny? Do you
Well, the
remember?
unrested.
Not the unrested. Joseph's child. The name.
If you want Storyteller to remind you, you would like to do the Intelligence plus Streetwise.
I would like to do that.
I'd like to do that too, because
Yeah. Let's roll. So I rolled. I got so 1 regular success, 1 critical success, 3 bestial failures on that.
Alright, I will go back to you in a moment. Vasilis, what's your call?
what do you need exactly? Intelligence?
Streetwise and Intelligence.
Intelligence 3, and what else?
Streetwise.
Which one?
Streetwise, it's under the social one.
The middle column, I think.
Yeah, the middle column. Yeah.
Inside.
No,
No, way below that. Street
Way below.
wide.
Streetwise, sorry, I could not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 4 in total.
4 in total.
Yeah, all hunger dice.
Perfect.
3 successes.
Better than me.
What do I know?
So you know that it wasn't a sword that he handled, it was an 18th century saber.
Yeah, but I
And
have
his
I
name
did like
is Sebastian.
Sebastian.
And the moment you're like, I know Sebastian, and the moment you said that, drummer, what does that name mean to you? Isn't that a person who put you in here? Isn't that a person who drained Randy? Isn't that a person you came across in a hospital? Isn't that a person who is a better child than your sire? Isn't that your bloodline? Isn't that son of Joseph? Isn't that your family member? Isn't that the reason for all the evil on this planet? Your bloodline? Your curse? The drummer went frenzy. But it wasn't rage. He burst in tears. He had attempted for his own life. In a mortal shell. His confused brain didn't recognize that he's dead. And his beast decided that it cannot win. He exposed his fangs and he opened his own veins. Kneeling on his knees, crying, saying that the world would be better without him. And that he's a part of the greatest evil on this planet. And he needs to die. And he's willing to save the world to do so. Crimson tears on the blood of the 16-year-old boy was taking on his back the suffering of everyone else. His voice was shaken. His tears were honest. And his emotions came on you, as for the empathy link you got, which caused you to feel like the reason of all the suffering. Your consciousness has been attacked, like his is daily. For the first time, Giorgos, you can feel what the drama feels every day. For the first time, after many smiles and laughs and giggles, you could see behind his mask how responsible he feels for everything. How brave this little lick is. And how damaged by the unrest and Giuseppe. The cacophony of the sorrows took 10, maybe 15 minutes. After maybe 5, both of you start to leak from your eyes unwillingly.
Just stop, please.
Until he managed to restrain himself, to put himself together.
Do you spend all your own life like this? Okay, that's a yes. Okay, stand up. Stand up. Crying our eyes out will not help. We gotta do something. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I give my hand so he can pull me up.
Jeez, dude, you don't seem like that. I don't know. All the people that are all the time, but you are like... Okay.
Everyone has their bad days.
I don't know what's happened with you, and I'm arrested, and Joseph, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but we have to get out of here. Okay?
That's agreed. Wholeheartedly, we need to do something about this and quickly, before I go mental completely. Right then,
I go, like, over the shoulder. We go. We join Briar.
Briar, as you look them walking into your direction, inside your own head, in private parts of your mental state, you just start to write another chapter of your third book regarding the telepathic link that you just felt. The excitement that you tried to restrain, could not hold it for very long, which caused a smile on your face when you saw them coming towards you. You smiled to yourself. And after a couple of seconds, two kindred joined you upstairs.
Right then, Joseph, Sue, we get those bastards and we get the fuck out. Now, Briar, you've been here. You know what's happening. You lead us away. I'll give you the physical description. I give her the physical descriptions of who we're looking for.
And who are you looking
Oh, Joseph, Sue. Give so basically the guy from earlier, purple hair. Both.
Briar, you can sense Joseph being 4 rooms away from you. You cannot sense the other description. Yes, Georges.
My question is for the drummers. Like, so Sue is the purple guy. He said. Who is this guy?
He's the fucker who took my body, alright? And I want it back.
Okay, because looks like some people know him too. Okay.
Hmm.
Shit! Yay, let's go.
Let's go. This will be great.
Briar, you lead them to the next room.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to test your willpower and survival. There's no limit of the successes you can test. Just the more the better. Full hunger dice.
Yep.
Everyone rolls?
Just Briar.
3 successes, no criticals, no bestials.
On how many dice pools?
5.
On 5. Alright. Let me go back to the Signy for a moment. Signy, Abyss sucked you in to the another dimension. For a second you felt like you swim in some sort of a lake created of gel or oil. It wasn't a watery consistency, yet it wasn't very hard. But after a couple of seconds of drowning in it, you start to feel the fresh air. You are in a forest. You landed on the grass. Tall trees. Cold. And smell of blood everywhere. In your very front eyes, a couple of meters in front of you, you see a persona having his last breath, having twitches, dying in great suffering, struggling with every breath. You cannot see him clearly. He's in the shadows of the trees. You can hear him very loudly, trying to catch a breath, spitting blood with his mouth from the lungs that are getting fulfilled with it. You wish to sink your teeth in his neck while he's still alive. Your beast is in front of you, crawling towards him. Yet somewhere inside you think it's pointless. It's real enough to fool your beast. It's not real enough to fool you. From many various different directions, you will hear similar sounds of people who are slaughtered, fighting for life.
Okay. Would I be able to travel away from the direction of whoever sounds like they're being attacked? Kind of running, essentially, to find the edge of this particular memory.
Sure. You turn around from the person in front of you and you start walking in the opposite direction. Seems like a smart idea. You hear the voices, the struggles from many different directions. Sometimes the noises would stop. Sometimes they would start with a short scream just before. And at some point, you manage to get out from the tall trees, where everything becomes enlightened by the full moon. In that very moment, the persona appeared in front of you. Celerity, you would say. Dangerously high level. He's having black, long hair, necklace on his bare chest with a werewolf teeth. He is approximately 2 meters tall, clearly shaved. Tribal tattoos on his arms, sleeves and chest. He looked into her eyes. And as he's covered in blood, he stepped back a little. Do we know each other?
I don't think so.
Did Alexander send you?
I don't know who that is.
Katherine?
Nope.
Guillermo?
Nope.
Then why you are here?
I am, in fact, looking for a computer. I don't suppose you happen to have one nearby?
It's in the middle of the war with werewolves and you're dwelling around looking for a computer. You must be a Malkavian.
Yes. Good instinct you've got there.
He looked somewhat like he heard something you did not. You could see fear coming through his eyes. There's no computers here. Run, child. My brothers are coming.
Suppose you want to show me the direction? No?
Just
Okay.
run like there's no tomorrow.
Gonna go. She's off.
And again, you start running towards completely opposites than him. He started to run towards the werewolves. You start to run towards the edge of the stream. And it took you a while to find it. A small hole, like a rabbit hole, in the ground.
Oh.
That is forward up. And the red mist was coming out.
Yeah, when she finds the gate, she's gonna just jump on in. Not hanging around, get eaten by a werewolf.
You've never been quicker in your entire online. Specifically after you heard that something is just yours one. Whatever his name was, who invited you here, never mentioned what's gonna happen if you met a werewolf in one of those realms. Didn't. And the fear for your life was as real as it can get. While you jump in and you hear the claws and talon just behind you. You are now on the floor of the Great Gala. A massive room. Modern days, you think. Well, at least not very far off. Everybody well presented. Some kind of like a benefactor thing, like a charity event for very posh people. It states it's in Chicago center of of science, even.
Or older?
Sorry?
Is it modern or older?
Vasilis, what year is it?
Supposed to be like 10 years ago from present, the way I see it.
So modern then? It's not like... Okay, cool.
Modern-ish.
Imagine modern like 10 years prior.
And as you walk in through the doors, you can see lying on the floor in the very front of the room before you, another newcomer, as you can call her, Briar. Obviously, all your uniforms changed to the suitable for the area, which is still elegant and nice. Signing, could you please describe yourself a little bit?
Yeah, so Signy has mid-length, dirty blonde hair. She has quite pronounced dark circles under her eyes. In this particular setting, she'd probably be wearing suit pants and kind of a slightly unbuttoned white shirt with the sleeves rolled up. She has some tattoos here and there, kind of nondescript. And yeah, and she's pale. Vampire pale.
Is there any description you would like to hear again from the crew?
No, I
You
think
reckon,
I've got my notes.
So as you all walked in, she's lying on the floor in front of you, and the people out there are sitting down to the great gala. As Briar and Drummer walked in, Giorgos, you have stopped.
Where are we now? I guess you know then, if you're laughing at it like that.
Why would you say that? Yes, I know where we are.
So, is this yours then?
Well, that's complicated. Yeah, this was supposed to be mine. Supposed to be mine. Yes. Looks like I had a very intense series of gaslighting sessions, if you like to describe it as such. And it seems like I had some fake memories.
Oh.
And it looks like one of these memories is what you see. And
So we're in the fake memory?
somewhere in there,
That's
like,
impossible, Briar. Fake memories would not exist.
are you sure?
Real memory. This
What-
is real
Signy,
memory.
you are witness to a conversation.
But here's the thing, what if he believes it's real?
It didn't exist, is how that works, I think. The fake memory never existed because it never actually happened. So I don't think it can be here, because it never happened.
But if he
Didn't.
believed that it happened?
I would like to double check some things, like to do a reality check about this. First, do I happen to see myself somewhere in there like a doppelganger of mine?
At the moment, you see your wife chatting with the governor and the senator. You see a Katherine. She's having a white and yellow dress, a brown handbag. She's looked as human and as pretty as usual, as you remembered her, as your heart is melting. And this emotion is spread to the rest of the kindreds in the room, yelling. For the first time in a long time, you all feel in love. You are all disarmed by the higher emotion.
Excuse me. I walk toward
I'll follow.
Follow, and I gently wrap my arms around her waist and the back.
Briar and Signy, what are you doing in the meantime?
Briar is watching, but she knows that at least last time she checked that Joseph was several rooms over, so she's probably just going to kind of go see who the newcomer that doesn't belong,
You approach Signy.
not memory person is.
Mm-hmm. So I'll allow you to first have interaction.
Hello. How did you
Hi.
get here?
Died, apparently.
I mean, we've all done that at least once.
Yeah, I wasn't aiming for 2. Tell you that for free.
So, do you know what's going on, or do you need it explained?
Vaguely. Different people's memories trapped inside them. Some boogity shit going on.
Yep,
She probably
pretty
met
much.
Joseph. She probably met Joseph before she met you.
Yeah, we were finding doors.
Particular reason, or just scenic?
I would like to find a way out, personally. I've been here a while, and while this is lots of fun, I have things I probably need to be doing elsewhere that's not here. Though I am learning so much, and it is delightful. But I would like to get to the end and learn where the end is, too. That's also fun.
Yes. With that in mind, do you know where I could find a laptop in here?
Well, okay, so the stronger and more vivid the memories are means the fresher the people are to this cult or prison or what, there are multiple options. And so we need to find somebody new who is also new. That makes sense?
My memories have computers in. Pretty much every single one I've got, in fact.
Well, since this is his memory, and she'll point to the drummer and the general direction. Will could probably find yours. Maybe.
There's no rhyme or reason to it then in that case.
Not that I have discovered.
Good to know. How long have you been here?
Oh, that's not a thing anymore.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
It could have been 5 minutes, it could be years, I have no idea. I don't. So. A
You
while,
count the
I
rooms.
think. Count the rooms?
You have the room count, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many rooms do I have?
19,870.
Yep, that's how long I've been here.
Well, I'm on 3, so you got me fucking beat. Okay, what's your name, by the way?
Briar.
Briar, nice to meet you. I am Signy, and I have been told that there is apparently a mage somewhere in this labyrinth who can communicate with the outside world, and I can contact her with a computer. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get out. I have no intention of being here for 19,000 rooms. No offense.
In the meantime,
Learned so many things.
you approached a Katharina drummer. You staying a little behind them, but you approached. You put your hands on her waist. Is that correct?
I embrace her from behind.
Well, she turned around and immediately slapped you in the face, saying loudly, "Excuse me, Governor, who you also recognize as a friend of yours, he's looking at you like, "Can I help you, sir?" And Katharina starts to storm off, like, offended.
Me?
"Did you have too many, my friend?" said the governor.
Pardon me.
You can see Katharina talking with a gentleman with a way much shorter beard, a little bit older than you, and very familiar to Nikki. They have the same kind of aesthetic.
I see you have your way with women.
I'd seen on the TV.
Yes. That guy you see on.
Okay. I want to double check. Is there any mirror in the room?
Yes.
Or how do I look like?
Like you.
But it doesn't recognize me.
Sorry?
It doesn't recognize me.
No, not at all. Yes. There's one more person you recognize in the room. After a little bit of clinks, everybody shuts down, and you all are witness to what I'm going to say now. The gentleman went up to the stage and greeted everybody, thanked them for coming for the annual banquet, sponsored by Startfeld and other companies. And as much as the guy is short, his grey hairs are typical for American standard haircut number 5. He has the glasses with the black rims and white shirt and suit and some kind of name tag. Clearly everybody knowing here who he is. And now you also know, because he introduced himself. Starting with good evening, everybody. My name is Douglas Briggs, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this annual event. He started to put some jokes, some laughs, said something about the auction and the prizes that will be given today. Until he spotted your wife and the copy of you for your identity, as you said. Then you can see from the stage that he smiled. Some kind of ideas came to his head. And you all feel bad. Not in a way that something's wrong. You feel particularly evil, maleficent. You're up to no good. You can sense his emotions. You can sense his devotion to the cause. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present you the first winner of the awards, the brilliant psychiatrist, Mr. Dr. George Dimakopoulos. And the round of applauses went up, and the gentleman stood up from his chair. He approached the stage, they shake hands, and that's when the magic happened. That's when he used his discipline, his rituals, alchemy, whatever hell that is. This is the moment when he copied his identity. This is the moment when, like Darren Brown or great hypnotist, illusionist, he grabbed him, he said a command word, he used a domination or any kind of order alteration, and he got him. Now he belongs to him. It's his. Giorgos Dimakopoulos, the doctor, after that fainted and just interrupts the gala. Paramedics went on the stage. A little wrecked everywhere. Everybody's loud. Everybody stood up from the chair.
I'd like to go up to Briggs.
Giorgos, what would you like to do?
Questions about this discipline. Who used it upon whom?
Briggs and Dr. Dimacopolis.
And he kind of copied his identity. This is not Dimacopolis. This is Giorgos. Do you know about that, yes, drummer?
Drummer is already a couple meters away from you, heading towards the Mr. Briggs. What are you doing?
I'm following discreetly behind you.
Sure. Briar and Signy, give me 2 more minutes and I'll come back to you. Obviously, all the intervention that happened became loud. It's interrupted you a little. Drama, you approached the Briggs as he walked down from the scene, correcting himself.
Mr. Briggs, pleasure to meet you.
Stanley,
My hand.
she shake your hand.
I make eye contact with him and want to dominate him.
Of course. What do you want to do?
Well, what I want to basically tell him is, you serve me, you belong to me, and you will never betray me.
Alright.
Using ration lies. So that means, he believes that it's his own thinking.
Your willpower and manipulation against
Willpower
his fortitude and his willpower.
Okay. So that'll be 12 dice with 500, correct?
Yeah, I've got 5 successes. So you need to have 6.
I have 8 successes, 1 critical.
Sure. He shake your hand. You said that to him. He nods to you but said nothing. What's bringing you here?
Well, you're an old friend, are we not? You know, we like to spend time together. It's been a while. And I want to catch up.
Is it the king? Or is it the wolf?
Well, I send myself for now. It's just...
That's all for. Giorgos, you are witness to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
How can I be of use to you?
Right then. We're looking for a Joseph, if you've seen him around. Giving the
Joseph?
description, of course.
I don't think he's in the States.
You're in Chicago right now, right?
Yes, sir. He looked at Giorgos and he gets scared. All of the people can share now the fear. I wasn't informed of your presence, my lord. He nodded his head.
Do you know who I am?
Of course.
Would you like to say my name?
I'd rather not.
If I say the magic word, please.
Believe me, Your Excellence, there's no reason for you to get angry of any sort. It is not my intention to offend you. I simply don't know how to behave in your presence.
You know my name, though, don't you?
Only the name that Maria gave you.
Oh! Give me that.
The Butcher.
Okay, Mr. Virtuoso, I have one question for you.
Of course.
What did you do to this man on stage exactly? I'm curious.
My teacher,
Mm-hmm.
my love, my better half of me
Mm-hmm.
taught me the unique discipline of the cult that I joined. I never fooling around, playing, gathering information, and living the life outside of England while I can.
You mean the cult of the Queen also?
He like gets completely scared. She's here.
No.
Please. Don't say it out loud. He starts to look around.
Come on, it's an excellent theatrical work. You gotta see this.
I hope so. She's hard to fool.
Okay. You said something about your special one.
Sorry?
I didn't about someone in your life. Unlike
Yes.
whatever.
My mistress.
Yeah?
Yes.
Look at all the harem, drummer. She's got a fucking harem.
Excuse me, I do not wish to blow my cover.
Of course.
I need to go back from here on a Canaria business.
Of course. Could you quickly point out them off for us, and then you may be on your own business? Oh, you said she was here.
No. She is here. He looked at the balcony where you see Cassandra, the region's premier.
Is she with you?
I'm here with her.
Now, thank you very much, Briggs. Have a lovely day. Don't blow your
Good night. You left the interaction. Briar and you exchanged the pleasantries. In the meantime, Havoc appeared, person fainted. All this burst of those emotions, maleficent, evil, fear. It's getting difficult to survive that emotional roller coaster you're coming through. Especially still, a loneliness turns into overcrowding. The gala seems to calming down. What do you do?
Look like that you said that commotion is coming to an end.
Yes.
We make a motion for them to come closer.
Signy, let's go. Meet everybody.
You met in the
Briar
middle
will
of the
walk
room,
Signy over.
next to the round big table full of drinks and food.
Looks like some entered the server. Hi.
Well, hello there to you too. Who do we have here?
Okay, Stevenson, to who it matters. What about you?
Sigma. Nice to meet you.
Alright, Hardrada. I'm drummer.
Drummer, like the instrument.
Yeah, exactly. I can play a tune.
What about you?
Name's George. Nice to meet you.
George and drummer. How about that? Have you been here as long as she has? She gestured to Briar.
Nah, fresh. Fresh fish out of the bowl. You too?
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah. Are you looking for something?
A computer, actually. Bumped into a guy who told me I could use it to contact a mage somewhere in the labyrinth.
What mage?
I ain't got a fucking clue, mate. He wasn't exactly the most forthcoming of people. I practically had to pull the information I got out of him.
Could you describe them to me?
You're looking for a mage with which you can contact through a computer.
Apparently there's a mage here who can communicate with the outside world and might be the key for us getting out. They can be contacted with a computer.
What's the pronouns of these maids?
I think it was a bird, actually.
I have a look at the stage. They should have a computer over there, like for the slideshows and bullshit.
You know it's there because there's later gonna be a slideshow. You're not sure if they're gonna bring it to the stage or is it already there underneath the table.
Okay,
What year are we in?
10 years ago, I assume.
10 years ago. That'll do.
That's what I assume at this point, because, well, things.
It's gonna be probably Windows XP.
I can work with that. Bit of
Work
retro.
with worse.
At least it's not Millennium, darling.
Windows 2000 was a robust system, mate. I won't hear anything about it.
I will not argue with you. I would like to have a look beneath the...
You're walking into the stage.
Can I obfuscate myself just to keep it like...
Sure, browse check.
What rouse it at this point?
One success and bestial failure.
Ah, perfect.
He disappeared. Clearly,
Hello, right then.
his intention was to get to the stage. Yet, he became distracted. He became distracted by the 5-year-old girl. You couldn't stop. You wouldn't stop. Mixed feeling. You approached a 5-year-old girl playing some sort of phone, dressed all nicely and innocent, but you know what kind of monster she will grow up to be. And now that you got a proof that it's not your real family, something inside of you telling you to kill her. And something inside of you is wishing the other part of you would not exist. You are holding her chair. She's unaware that behind her the monster hides in the shadows. You can hear her heartbeat. You can smell her sweat. You can smell her skin. Her hair. And it's automatically reminding you when you hold her in your arms. When she was upset that you're telling her to go to sleep. You remember her warm kisses in your cheeks, saying good night, Daddy. All those memories are here with you. And she looks real to you. So I have an important question for you, Vasilis. The answer to that question will be written down and will have an impact on the future of your character.
Yes.
Do you consider Nikki to be your daughter?